Alright, as promised, I said I'd do a video on the Resco Instruments version of the Gooseworks knife. This is more the midtech version. Looks a whole lot like the custom I had. No Goose logo down here. Up here it says different stuff. It says Gooseworks. And then again with the PAWA Cascadia, and then the clip says Resco Instruments. Same clip. And again, on the last video I mentioned how I thought it was odd that it was just a one screw clip and, you know, maybe had possibility of moving left to right. I've taken this one apart, and the reason I took it apart is because this clip, when I got it, I guess the previous owner had bent it out or something a little bit, and it wasn't sitting flush on there, and I like clips really tight. So I took it apart, and indeed, this screw goes all the way to, I'd say probably the middle of that rear standoff, and there is a square pocket milled out, a relief milled out. You know, basically where you see that sitting, there is a squared pocket milled out, and the pocket clip then sits down in that recession to keep it from moving left to right. It's actually done extremely well, like Chris Reeves well. I mean, it's milled perfectly. It's nice. And again, this pocket clip is perfect. I mean, doesn't move around in and out of the pocket is super easy. It's nice. It's really nice. It's probably it's definitely my favorite solid, you know, clip. It works just as well as any bent spring clip. There's your centering. The centering is dead on. I mean, dead on. This one actually has better action than the custom I had. I mean, it's just ridiculously smooth. Quite a bit better action than the custom. I don't know why, but I mean, it just guillotine drop shut. Again, the detent is dialed perfectly. You can slow roll it. You can, of course, flick it. You can middle finger flick it, whatever you want to do. So this one, the blade profile on the Rescos that has that hump up there on the swedge. At custom, the spine kind of dropped down and this hump wasn't so pronounced. I much prefer this blade shape. This blade's actually skinnier down here, this way, height-wise, and widens up as it goes up. It's got that kind of harpoon swedge, fuller. Same deal, CPM 154, same finish. The logo is different. It's got a little scuba diver guy. Again with the bronze, pretty sure it's bronze, not copper. Pivot ring, kind of gets patinaed, looks kind of gnarly. Liner lock, same exact deal as the previous one. Early and solid. No up and down, no left to right, no nothing. Same construction, you know, two barrel standoffs. And yeah, the edge on this one is way better than that custom. It's not, you know, it's not anything to write home about, but that custom I had, the edge was just extremely toothy. This one's sharp. I mean, it's much sharper than that one. A lot less toothy. You can still see some, you know, striations and shit in the edge. That's factory edge, but it's sharp. It's really sharp. There's not a whole lot to cover with this one as far as differences. I mean, same handle, same lock, same clip, just, you know, different wording, of course. The blades on these midtechs they're hand ground as well, but they're hand ground with a jig. They're all the same. I really like this blade shape. I prefer it over the custom. I don't know if I said that already. At least the custom, excuse me, at least the custom I had. He does a bunch. I think he just did some clip points. They look pretty gnarly. But I still think this is the coolest looking one I've seen. And this is just the, midtech. But I like it. I like this knife a lot. I mean, the action it's great. It just drops. I mean, you don't have to do anything. I mean, the knife just closes itself. The other one was smooth, but it wasn't quite this smooth. This one is that little pivot ring. It's kind of looking kind of rainbow, kind of cool looking. This one just drops. I mean, it drops. Same finish on the handles. There's no anodization on this one. It's just, a rough gray tumble, which I like because it hides wear, and it just, generally speaking, that's the finish, look, style, whatever the fuck you want to say, that I like. I never expected to like this knife as much as I do. I have really big hands, and the video probably portrays that. Yes, they're all fucked up and shit too. So you got these finger grooves. For my hands, it's perfect. Now, I understand not everybody has giant ass hands, and this may not be perfect, but for me, it's perfect. It's a big knife. It's not massively huge. I think it's probably like a 3.75 blade. I'm not gonna sit here and measure it because I'm not one of those YouTube guys. Big handle, obviously, right? Big knife. But the finger grooves are placed just perfectly for me. So I really enjoy this knife. Again, thumb disc. I think it's a great looking knife. I prefer liner locks over frame locks. No reason, it's not that I think they're stronger or better or any of that. To me, they're just easier to use. There's no, I'm pushing down on the lock bar. Fuck, the D10's strong as shit. Not knowing that I'm pushing on the lock bar. I can have my hands are big, so it's hard for me to finagle some frame locks and make sure I'm not hitting the lock bar when I'm trying to open it slowly. Also don't have to worry about overextending, just it's a liner lock. But yeah, I mean, centering, perfect. Action's perfect, lockup's perfect. I really have zero complaints on this knife, and I have complaints on probably every knife I've ever owned. I'm kind of shocked with it, but it's good. It's really good. If you haven't tried one, try one. I mean, I think it's hard to beat there for what you pay and for what you get. And it's American made, which to me is important. It may not be to you. I know the Chinese are putting out a lot of really awesome knives. I'm not stupid. I get that. They're just not for me. So just leave it at that. But yeah, that's the Resco Instruments version of the Gooseworks folder, or Resco Instruments folder, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, folder. But really good. They hit a home run with this, in my opinion. Nobody else is doing this either. I mean, I know that may sound crazy, but there's not a whole lot of titanium scaled liner locks. I do understand that there are some, but there's not a whole lot that look like this or in this size range or that are built this nice. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you have any questions, just hit me up. And all right, see ya.